I don't use the store's app and stop yelling at me, by user snoo21321. I'm getting my weekly groceries and I need an item in the freezer section. I open the door and reach in and out of the corner of my eye. I see movement. Woman is reaching in at the same time at me, which number one is rude as hell anyway. I get my item, place it in my cart and go to the next freezer case and this happens. Reaching woman screams, one of you MOFOS need to show me how to use this store's fracking app right fracking now. I put my item in my basket and move on. Reaching woman screams, I said one of you MOFOS needs to show me hoes to use this store's fracking app right fracking now. I'm at the next section looking for something when reaching woman runs at me with her cart, stops right in front of me and screams, show me where the fracking frozen meat is right fracking now. Me, it down that way and I point. Reaching woman, show me now. Me, I don't work here, I'm just shopping. Reaching woman, I don't usually shop in the fracking store. Me, lady, I'm just trying to buy groceries same as you and please stop yelling. Reaching woman takes her cart and charges to where I pointed. He fracking shops in this store and doesn't know where the fracking frozen meat is. One of you MOFOS need to show me how to use this store's fracking app right fracking now. He was mad. I looked confused. By user Megathurus. Long-time follower of the subreddit via YouTube stories, but had stopped when I cut my commute time down a couple years ago, so I almost forgot this was a thing. Happened an hour ago, so it should be fresh enough in my mind. On to the story. I, 27M, got off work in my khakis and light blue long-sleeved pullover and am shopping at Walmart. I got as far as having 2 cases of nutrient shakes, cause I'm skinny AF, in my cart and am reading the labels of some deodorants by the pharmacy. Then, a man, 40M, tall, and fit, said something to me. I look up and go hey, and look behind me confused if he's talking to me. I admit I'm a bit socially awkward, so I tend to hope people aren't taking to me and my reactions may be a bit weird. He repeats, do you work here? This caught me off guard and my instinct was to look down at what I'm wearing and doing before looking up and saying no, with a bit of a confused tone and look on my face, but not overly rude. Me wearing blue hasn't registered because the Walmart vests are sleeveless with a lot of neck showing and I don't have a name tag. So, in my mind it's a very strange question and I'm concerned what his intentions are. He snaps back, why you actin' all confused? I say I'm not wearing a Walmart vest, I'm just shopping. He goes, well it's blue ain't it? Don't act like I'm dumb. At this point I walk around my car to put it between myself and him while keeping an eye on him. I definitely look visibly weirded out and am concerned he's tweaking or something. I'd expect someone to go oh my bad and walk away. He gets mad by the look on my face again and starts to escalate, you keep looking at me like that you tryna square up. This is where me being skinny AF becomes relevant. I'm 135 pounds of skin and bone. By the grace of God, Walmart security walks behind me, but he was oblivious of the situation because no one was really yelling or anything. I just barely caught him out the corner of my eye and asked him to please tell the man to leave me alone. Security said everything cool. And the man replied, yeah, I'm checking out. Security shadowed him to the register, which I avoided and took the long way around to the grocery section. I'm thankful it cut off pretty abruptly when security came. I'm pretty introverted so my reaction may not be super normal, but FFS I can't fathom threatening to fight someone significantly smaller than you because of a look on their face. Also, am I crazy that it's extremely obvious if someone is a Walmart employee or not? I grew up in a small town where my family had a tab at the local grocery store and the biggest corporate invader was Dollar General. I've lived in a small city for a couple years now, but it's still an adjustment and a surprise when the unexpected hits me. I was so confused. By user Solvi4495. This happened in 2018. I was working at an auto parts warehouse and our uniform was a black polo with our logo on it. I would wear our shirt with some cargo shorts, so nothing like the uniform Target employees have to wear. It was my last day of work before our Christmas break and so on the way home I was gonna stop by Target to pick up the last things I needed for my shopping for the season. I'm in the shampoo area looking around when a woman on one of the store provided scooters calls over to me. I initially didn't realize, but when I did and looked at her she says, the scooter just died. I just said, oh man that sucks. She then asked me what I was gonna do about it. I was so confused cause I even looked down at my clothes to make sure I wasn't losing it. I told her I wasn't gonna do anything else for her. She then said she needed another scooter and that I needed to get her one. I laughed and then started to walk away. She then started yelling at me that she was gonna report me and how I was being an asshole. I tried to walk away and then she stood up and started following me and yelling at me that I was gonna lose my job and that she needed a new scooter now. I tried staying calm but lost it at that point and screamed at this random ass lady that I don't work for the store and to get out of my face. I finally lost her and finished grabbing my stuff and headed for the checkout. I get to the front of the store and I hear that crazy voice again. At this point she's screaming at me saying that I'm a piece of shit and that I'll be fired, all the while she has this guy with her now. I lost it and started yelling back at this Karen. The random dude tried to step to me but I just yelled, "Fuck you lady, and if you think this rat-faced redneck piece of shit is gonna scare me, I'll beat your ass after I send his bitch ass to the ICU." The guy looked at me then tried to grab her and said, "Babe, can we just leave?" Finally, who I guess is a manager, walks up and asks what was going on. The Karen yells, "Your stupid employee is refusing to help me." The manager says, "He doesn't work here." She then finally realized how crazy she was being and turned a red I've never seen before. She then looks at me and tried to apologize but also trying to blame me for not telling her clearly. Then after I told her to get away from me, she starts to yell at me again and I lost my mind. I don't remember what I said but I know I was threatening her and the random dude with her and she finally shut up. The manager then said I had to leave cause I was causing a scene. I told him I was paying for my stuff and then leaving, which I did, and finally headed home to enjoy my Christmas. My first IDontWorkHereLady story, by user TTC8058. After reading several stories and watching multiple videos on YouTube and wondering what I'd do if I found myself in a situation, I finally have an IDontWorkHereLady story. Last week my dad and I were at a Loblaws looking for shake and bake. He ended up getting the store brand. I had stepped out to use the washroom and walked near a display of cases of water bottles. A woman asked for help, but then I noticed an actual employee nearby. Despite being aware of the employee, this woman continued to insist on me helping her until I said, "I don't work here, lady." That was enough to get her to leave me alone for the actual employee who was closer to her. So yeah, nothing too outrageous.